Hi guys, welcome to another Divi theme video. This is Jamie from System22 and webdesignandtechtips.com. We got a great fun one for you today. We've got a blog page here. As you can see, it's got a bunch of posts on it. Pretty good looking, really easy to do. And we've done this with the looping feature of the new Divi 5 that we're working with here. And we built this just using a simple icon list. And of course, if you click on one of these, it's going to take you to the post. And it's really easy to do. So let's show you how to do it. I'm going to start a new page. We'll give it a name, whatever works for you, obviously. We'll use the Divi builder. I'm going to go ahead and build from scratch. Okay, by default, Divi 5 here throws in a section. You'll prompt us to put in a row with a little green button here. I'm going to put in a single flex column. It's going to prompt us to put in a module inside here. I'm actually just going to use the icon list down here. As you can see, it's thrown in 3 of those. I only really need 1. That's great. So we're in the icon list module, not the item. We're actually in the item list module. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go down to loop now at the bottom. I'm going to turn it on. I'm going to loop all my supercar posts. So posts is fine. I'm going to select the category that I want, supercars. You can just include specific posts and things down here, and you can order them further down here. Generic order is going to work perfectly for mine. Now you may have noticed we only had one of those, and it's actually repeated it 10 times down here as we've looped it. If you want more, you can put in another number there, or if you've got less than 10, it'll just show the amount that you've actually got, and you can offset below and get it to ignore sticky posts if you want to. Great. Well, let's make this happen. Still in content, I'm going to close up our little loop right here. I'm going to go to background just above it. I'm going to go over to image. And in the background, I want the featured image for each post. Now, before I go any further, I better explain to anybody that doesn't know. If we go to our dashboard here, let's just go back to this page. For this to work, you have to have created some posts. I've created posts here. And my posts have got various categories. We've chose the category of supercars. And if we hit edit on one of these posts, you'll see that each of these has got its own featured image. We'll be pulling that in. Obviously, it's got its own title. We'll be pulling that in too. And most of them have an excerpt. We're not actually using that today, but this is how the looping system pulls in data from our posts. Thought I'd better explain that for anybody that wasn't sure what was going on in our next steps. So what I'm going to do, we're still in our icon list. I've gone to the background and background image. Where it says background image in the grey writing here, I'm going to go over to the little hamburger type icon here, insert dynamic content. I'm going to go down and say loop featured image. As you can see, it's put our nice little cars in there, but it's just not deep enough at all. I want to see more of our cars. Really easy to do. Let's hit apply over here. I'm going to go over to the design tab now. And I'm going to give them a fixed height, or a minimum height will work as well. But fixed I'm going to use today because we've got very little content over the top, basically an icon and a bit of text. So let's go down to sizing. I'm going to go down to height. Let's perhaps try 45 viewable height, VH, and just hit enter. I think that's pretty much showing as much of the image as I want there. And of course you can adjust this on tablet and mobile. If we flip to tablet mode, that's fine. And we flip to phone mode. We could shorten it up, make that a bit deeper. In fact, let's do that for a bit of fun. That way we'll see more of the car in the images. Instead of 45, let's try 30 and see where that brings us. And remember, because we are on mobile mode, what we edit here will only affect mobile mode. We could probably go down to 25. There we go, got pretty much all of the car in there. Perfect. Well, let's go back to our desktop now and sort out the actual module itself that's up here. So back in content, we're still in the main icon list module. In the elements was the icon list item where the icon is and the title. You can barely see it up there, but it is up there. Let's fix it so we can see it. I'm going to go into that icon list. The text itself, I'm going to go down to the grey text right there. Again, I'm going to go to the little hamburger icon. I'm going to say loop post title. I'll make it a lot bigger so you can actually see it. It's done it. We've got our post titles up there, but you can't see them very well. So let's fix that. Do that. We're going to go to design. It's body text. There is no title text for this. So first things first, let's make it a color we can actually see. I'm going to make it white right there. I'm going to make it a lot bigger. Let's make it perhaps 30 pixels. Obviously, whatever works for you. I'm going to capitalize it. I think I might make it semi-bold. And I'll add a little bit of text shadow behind it. It should lift it a little bit off the page there. I think I might add a gradient in the end just to make sure we can read those titles nicely. But I think that's okay. Now if we go back up here to our content, let's put in the icon that we want. I just use a right arrow right there, which is fine. Color-wise, if we go to our design now and to the icon, I used a generic light blue. And let's make it perhaps the same size as our text. We'll try 30. Might not be quite enough. Yeah, I think that's okay. Then I want to pop it down from the top a little bit and maybe across from the side a little bit. We can do that easily with a bit of padding. Down in spacing. Padding top. Perhaps give it 30. And let's bring it out from the side just a little bit. Maybe we'll use the same 30. Of course, this is entirely up to you. I think that's going to work. But when they roll over it, we want to make sure that it links to the appropriate blog post. We can do that very easy back in content here. And the link, again, I'm sure you're ahead of me on this. If you hover over module icon link, hamburger menu, loop link. Apply. I'm also going to make sure that this image, if they click anywhere on it, is going to take them to the same appropriate link. So let's go back into the actual icon list itself. And we're going to do exactly the same thing. Module link, loop link. Perfect. All right. Well, that's shaping up nicely. It should go wherever it is we want it to go. Those titles, I think, are fairly legible, but I'm going to make sure that they're fully legible by adding a little gradient over the top. So while we're still in the icon list itself, I'm going to go down to background where we put in the dynamic image there. I'm going to go next door to background gradient. I'm going to add a background gradient. It's just got 2 stops by default, a blue and a green. Change them to whatever you want. I'm going to go down here. I'm going to place the gradient above the image. Well, that's great, but we can't see the image, obviously. So I'm going to go down to the green one. I'm going to take the opacity slider all the way down. That means we can see through it and see that nice image through it. I'm now going to click on the left-hand one, the blue one here. I'm going to make it a black, I think. I might take the opacity down just a little bit because the whole point of this is just to highlight this text. And as you can see, it's highlighting it really well, but it's darkening down the image more than I'd actually want there. So we can fix that really easy. Our transparent one, which is this green one here, we can just left click on it and pull it upwards. And as we pull it upwards, you can see the gradients just dark at the top over the writing, and we can see that image nicely through it now. Make sure we can read all these titles. Perfect. So we should be good to go with this. We'll save our draft. And let's preview the changes. And here we have it. Yep, looks absolutely fine. Let's click on one of the images. And it takes us straight to the appropriate post perfectly. And of course, the title will take us to the appropriate post too. This should take us to the Draken here. These aren't real cars, by the way. I'm sure you figured that out. These are AI images generated by Night Cafe. So there you have it. We built a nice little blog post page for any category you want in what, less than 10 minutes? I guess if I hadn't been talking, I think the original took me about 5 minutes, but there you go. Really easy to do. And these new features of Divi 5 are fantastic. This looping feature just takes the whole theme to a new level, in my opinion. So I hope you've enjoyed this today and found it useful. If you have, please give it a thumbs up, ring the bell, comment, share, and subscribe to the YouTube channel. Don't forget, we're going to be doing more and more with Divi 5 as it gets closer to the final release date. It's still in its beta version, so you might encounter a few bugs, but I've built several sites with it just personally in testing. All my client sites, I'm keeping them on Divi 4 until probably they release 5.1 or something like that. Divi 4 works absolutely perfectly. But if you have any questions about either Divi 4 or Divi 5, please feel free to put them down below. I'll answer them if I can, or make a little demo video just like this. So once again, this has been Jamie from System22 and webdesignandtechtips.com. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.